Hey guys, I'm Sleepless, and this is my new series. I don't actually have a name for it. I'm working on that, but what I'm trying to do is maybe create a new source of gaming-related news and media that's more positive than the content that I've been exposed to throughout the years, and I'm hoping that over time I can make this really my own. So just bear with me while I flesh this out over the weeks. Now that that little intro is out of the way, though, let's get right into it. And hopefully you haven't heard all these things already before, because I'm still learning how to do this, and it took me a while to get this video together. Thanks, guys. First off, Blizzard just announced this week, or maybe last week by the time this comes out, the release date for the new expansion for World of Warcraft Dragonflight. It's set to launch November 28th at 5 p.m. Central Time, meaning only a couple months till you're gliding on the backs of dragons with the boys and dancing naked in Goldshire, baby. And, well, that's unrelated to the expansion, actually, but, you know, if you know, you know. Overwatch 2 is also starting this week, October 4th. It should be out by the time everyone's listening to this. It's a big year for Blizz, and hopefully it's only better things to come from here. So I'm very excited to jump into that, because I have well over 1,000 hours in that game. Speaking of WoW, the Wrath of the Lich King just went live in the classic servers, and the wait times were insane. I'm talking 10,000 player queues, and I personally witnessed an estimated wait time of over 6 hours at one point. So it's pretty obvious that the player base is very hyped for this expansion. And honestly, why shouldn't they be?
Tequila.
Moving to Nintendo, there is a lot to unpack here. Now, this news isn't breaking, I know, and I don't really plan on all this information being breaking, but just weekly updates. Nintendo recently announced the title of their new game, The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, and I'm personally so pumped to beat the soul out of more trolls and whatever new creatures they add to this one. I'm a Zelda fanboy since the wee little days, and the energy and music this game has is actually so close to my heart. Now, some of you will hate me for saying this, but in possibly more exciting news, Pikmin 4 was also announced alongside Tears of the Kingdom. And my god, ladies and gentlemen, is this what the planet needed to truly start healing right now? I know for some, this is an extremely exciting announcement, and I believe for everybody it should be. It won't be long till you can drop into this surprisingly beautiful post-apocalyptic Earth with 200 of your closest plant servants to kill and loot the local wildlife. I personally just can't wait. And this is actually breaking news. I just read this before recording this audio. Babies, grab your binkies, because the Mario movie official teaser trailer is going to be shown live on the Nintendo Direct this Thursday. And it also says only in theaters April 7th. So I'm assuming the movie is going to touch theaters only April 7th, and then I guess we live stream it somewhere else. I have no idea, but this is really cool, and a lot of us, even though there's a lot of skepticism on how it's going to turn out, are very excited for this. So look forward to that this Thursday, boys. Something I'd also like to do with this format I'm doing here is showcase the work of other creators, and not just the big creators that get all the attention anyway. But right now it's gonna kind of be, because I don't know that many people, but I'm gonna work on that. So today I'm going to talk about Big Mode. For those of you unaware, Video Game Donkey has been a passionate reviewer of games on this platform and has been releasing content for over a decade. Well, recently he announced his massive project, Big Mode, an indie game publishing company. And rather than explaining it myself, I'll simply read his mission statement that's on his website. Big Mode is an indie publishing with purpose and passion, founded in 2022 by Video Game Donkey, aka Jason and his wife Leah. Supporting games being made with substance, quality, creativity, and fun in mind is extremely important to us. The indie game world can feel crowded or oversaturated, so our goal is to give great games a powerful way to stand out. We love and deeply care about our games, as well as artists and creatives in general. Big Mode is our way to foster and support those who are putting in the effort and love into their projects to create the best they can, to give them the spotlight they deserve, and see more what we love in gaming. I'm really happy to see a creator who clearly cares about the games and is stepping into development and publishing, seemingly driven by a love for the art itself. And that's kind of like what I want to do here with what I'm doing now. I want to show the positives and the work everyone's putting in and help elevate that.
And just like that, I had the perfect build. The world's first gaming toilet, with only one thing left to do, some hard-fought gaming.
This is all I wanted.
Bro.
I actually just got my toilet PC set up.
Bro, you're lying.
Nah, for real, dude. I got my toilet. It's a PC, and it still flushes. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I need that.
So an interesting release that I think will go under the radar, but for some of you, you might really want to look into it, is Hoko Life, a farm life simulator very similar to Animal Crossing, but on every single platform. It has its own unique art style, but the gameplay will be very familiar for those of you who have played Animal Crossing games in the past. It looks like it's going to bring a lot of parts of Animal Crossing that people who don't own a Switch didn't get a chance to experience, along with some features we haven't seen. If you're like me and also have spent entire Sundays working on your island, laying in bed, doing nothing but catching red snapper after red snapper, you may want to check this one out. And if you've already checked Portal out on the Steam store, then you get access to NVIDIA's beautiful new RTX Portal DLC, baby, featuring next generation graphics and enhancements. And if we're really lucky, we might get Ultra HD GLaDOS trying to kill us. So check that out. Okay, ladies and gents, if those 30-minute Trackmania speedrun lore vids aren't your style, but you still want a dose of high-intensity SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom content, I recommend tuning into blind speedrunning streams. And I don't mean blindfolded. I mean, I'm gonna play Elden Ring as fast as I possibly can without ever playing the game or watching a video. This is blind speedrunning. You play the game without ever playing it before. This is great because now when you tune in to watch a runner, you're not the only one who doesn't understand the strats being implemented, because the host of the stream also has no idea what's happening and doesn't know how. He just clipped under the chum bucket and warped to the Flying Dutchman. I made that one up, but it sounds real. So anyway, if you're looking for a fun and probably more relaxed speedrun experience, I'd recommend checking out blind speedrunning.
Dude just landed in there, purple. Now with you, yellow. Dude.
Enemy soldier nearby.
Hey, good play, good play. Good.
And finally, ladies and gentlemen, the piece of news I hold most dear to me, and I have no idea when this was actually announced, but I found out a day or so ago. Sackboy, A Big Adventure is coming to PC this October. I am a mega, die-hard Little Big Planet fan, and it's connected to some of my best memories growing up. It's like a truly original and well-intended game, and I haven't got to experience the thrill of the bomb survivals or shark attacks in years. And man, it's making me choke up thinking about it. It won't be long till me and 3 of my friends are jumping out of the hamster cages, running through volcanoes, and smacking each other off of cliff sides. This is this one's really exciting for me, and I cannot wait to play this. So stay ready, boys. All right, guys, that's it for this week. I'm really glad I was able to get this made. What you watched today is kind of like just the very first foundational version of what I want to make this. I'm really excited to learn how to build it into the version I see in my head, but that's really difficult for me to do at start. So as I work on editing and stuff like that, I'll figure out how to implement new pieces and learn how to get more information that will make it what I want. There are certain features I can't even do yet because they require more viewership and getting other people involved and like strategizing a little bit. So let me know if any segments you think would be good additions, and I'll experiment with adding new subjects and stuff like that. I know this video lacked esports, but I very much intend to make esports a regular thing in these videos. I need to familiarize myself with the calendars and relevant information for each of the leagues and stuff more, so that when I'm talking about it, it's not confusing for me. Like, I need to understand what I'm saying. So don't forget to drink water, and I'll leave you on this meme I found on Reddit, and honestly, it kills me. So thanks, guys.